Hey guys, this is Wexdarn here and welcome to part 4 of Let's Play Sonic the Hedgehog. And today we're taking on Labyrinth Zone, which must be everybody's favourite zone in the game. Because it's Sonic's first water level, so yay, water physics to deal with. I mean, Sonic moves incredibly slow, he's incredibly floaty in this game. And you have to keep on topping up his air by finding these bubbles under the water, and apparently those enemies can pass through the actual walls in the background. That one really has it in for me there, but I personally don't think Labyrinth Zone is that bad, and I hate Spring Yard Zone much more than this, but I think that's kind of an unpopular opinion to have on terms of levels, but it is a harder level. I'm not denying that. It's arguably the hardest one in the game, simply because you have to cope with the breathing mechanic, if nothing else. Because I don't mind water physics that much. I mean, it might be slowing down the gameplay, but in my opinion, it makes Sonic like slightly easier to control as well. So I really like that. Oh, another annoying thing is these platforms that come up from the ground when you step on them, because they'll always take you into some spikes and crush you, so you're going to really want to avoid them. But yeah, I just don't think Labyrinth Zone is as bad as everybody makes it out to be, so. And I really do like the music track to it, to be honest. I think it's kind of nice and relaxing until you get to the drowning track and losing air. There it is. I have a remarkable sense of timing, but okay. I really think this level can be a lot of fun, and I don't see why people hate on Labyrinth Zone as much. And in fact, I know some people really like Spring Yard Zone, which really surprises me, but to each their own, really. So that switch. Oh, what do you do, Spring? Just give me some extra air if I need it. Okay, that's fine. Checkpoint. It's always helpful. Come on. I get some extra air. It's always good to grab some air if you're going past some bubbles. Don't think, oh, I've just grabbed some, so I won't need it again. You should always top it up when you get the chance, because sometimes it just feels like that breathing gauge is just sneaking up on you, and it just feels kind of unfair. But yeah, you should always try topping up on air. And if you see any blocks that look like a bit of Swiss cheese like this one, it means that they're a porous rock. So if you don't know, porous rock is rock that actually has, at least I think I'm right on this, don't quote me, porous rock is rock that has holes in it so it can let water through and it actually can float on top of the water. I mean, I found rocks with holes in like that actually float in the water, so the game is not just. Alright, so we're here again with the fire breathing statues. Managed to get through this time. Some more porous rock. I really hope I'm using that phrase right now, or else I'm just going to sound a bit like an idiot, but somebody on YouTube will know. Somebody on YouTube always knows. But, oh, if we can get that bubble right there, thank you. You know, it's stuff like the bubbles that really makes you think about the perspective of this game, like on what plane the bubbles on, like are they in front of the rock and Sonic is, or like the bubbles exist on multiple planes and Sonic's just grabbing part of it, or I don't know. But one ring, I did great. He's got a 10,000 bonus up there. Alright, so second level of the game, well, second level of this zone. Again, I think I really like this music track. Also get used to seeing water slides like that. They're going to be like part of the main gimmick for the next levels, so... Well, one is anyway, so... just keep on running. And if you just keep on getting bubbles, you should be fine. And I know a lot of people get stressed in this level due to the air counter. A quick tip I can give you is to actually turn off the sound coming out of your TV for this level, and if you still want to listen to the music track, then actually listen to the music over YouTube, simply because I find it's more like the music that stresses people out, the drowning music anyway. So if you can do that, then it should actually help you out a bit more. It should be able to stay relaxed and focus on the level a bit. So, I mean, I'm not doing that right now, but yeah, if you find yourself having difficulty, try that out, and it should be able to help you go by fine. Right, so let's just... Right, that's a switch for the door in this room, which I think was up here. Either that or I've just opened the switch to a door and not gone through it, but at least you got invincibility out of it. Right, keep going. I think you can actually lose breath when you're invincible still, so I'm just going to wait here. Just because I don't want to die when invincible, although that would be quite impressive. There we go. You can just jump over that Orbonaut rather than having to wait for all of its spikes to go past you. It's a quicker way of doing things. Although with this one I think you have to actually dodge the... It was worth it to get that bit of air. So, at least I didn't die from the air. Well, from the lack of it. So... Let's see, just jump onto that side. What the... Oh, come on. Alright, so we're back in this room again, and the whole concept of that block stealing me from the other block really makes me think about the whole depth perception of this game again. So... I'm sure that's not the thing that everybody complains about though, but... it could be another thing. Do I get any more bonus points jumping around? Nope. Well, I'm not going to see another special stage again, so I don't have to worry about rings. So, although I will admit I'm not that keen on the boss level for this. Well, just the boss fight really. So, the main gimmick of this level is like right at the start here, you're going to end up on these water slides, and they're just going to go in a constant loop. There's 2 points they can jump onto. One of them's optional, one of them's required. Then if you jump into the first there, you'll actually get a shield, and if you jump onto the second one below it, you'll hit the switch which lets you access the next part of the level if you run and jump. So there we go, pulled that off. Let's see. I kind of like the design for this level as well, with like all the spiky gems coming out the walls and stuff. I think it's kind of a cool idea. So I guess I'm just defending the two zones that people really don't like, Labyrinth and Marble Zone. So, although the last zone in this game is kind of hard and annoying, and I'm not that keen on it, but yeah, it serves its job of being the last zone in the game, considering it's the hardest one, definitely. Also, I'd like to bring up a little bit of trivia about this level, which is that Labyrinth Zone was actually planned to be the second level in the entire game, so could you imagine? I mean, I'm not saying Labyrinth Zone is amazingly hard, but it's a lot harder than Marble Zone is, but could you imagine like the difficulty spike that would happen coming in from Green Hill Zone straight onto this? I mean, that's just kind of brutal there, so I think I'll try jumping all the way over here. There we go, that was enough momentum. Let's see if there's anything hidden over here. Some bubbles, bit of fresh air. I'm not sure if it counts like jumping out of that little gap there. I'm not sure if that counts as refilling your like breath meter thing, because well, there's no like visual representation, so you get like the numbers on your screen because you've started drowning. Also, another bit of trivia, there was a sprite that was created especially for this zone, which was like Sonic holding his hands over his mouth, gasping for air, which was supposed to be used when Sonic's actually got to the counter part, and when there's a breath counter on screen, but it never got implemented into the game for some reason, and it's just a bit weird because it would have just been like a nice little extra animation thing to throw in. I mean, it's nothing essential, but it would have looked nice. Now into something else that got removed from the game was really planned to be a goggles power up in the game, and they found sprites for it that match like each of Sonic's frames of animation for running. Oh, that actually saved me then, but anyway, they actually have goggles that were planned to be used in this game, but it's not known what their effect was. Like possibly would let Sonic breathe underwater, like the bubble shield in Sonic 3. But another theory is that they would have let Sonic move as fast as he could underwater as he could on land. So, you know, it could have been an interesting power up, and it would have been nice to have something help Sonic under the water, but it's really not as hard as a lot of people make it out to be. So, that's just a couple of things that were removed from this game. So, nice random bit of trivia for you to have there. Now you can get that checkpoint there, but since it's the last checkpoint before the boss and there's actually like no rings this way, I wouldn't really recommend it. Because if you want any rings to survive with, then you're better off just climbing straight into it, and then it takes more time to do it this way, but you'll save yourself a bit of hassle in the fact that you can actually take a hit. And I'll just take the shield as well to help me out. So basically, Robotnik is going to keep running, and you just have to hit him as many times as you can before you get to the top of the maze. If you do hit him the 8 times before you reach the top, then he does just fly away, but if you don't, then he just flies away at the top anyway, so there's not really a lot of pressure. So, I mean, the main pressure comes from the fact that you're pretty much out having to beat the water up here, and I did it fine that time. I mean, normally I do much worse, and hitting Robotnik actually affects the capsule. Who knew? Alright, so that was Labyrinth Zone done. Join me next time.